Let's talk about Paul Daley, the fighter. He's got an awful amount of experience on you in terms of time spent in the cage, different opponents faced, the level of the opponents faced. How much do you think you have to prove when you're stepping in with someone who's been in there at World Championship level already?
No, I don't really have to prove anything other than just doing the job that I normally do. The same thing could have been said about multiple fighters that I've fought against. So sometimes the win record is not necessarily amazing, but that's all experience, and that's all more experience than I would have had. So a lot of the guys that I've fought have all had a lot more experience than myself. And again, even with the Cyborg, everyone was like, "Oh, well, this is going to be your first test," and then what happened, and it's like, "Oh, well, he was a veteran. He's on his way out." And I feel that the same thing's going to happen this time. You know, Paul Daley's a veteran. He's this, he's that. I deal with him in the way I know I can. Then everyone's like, "Well, he was already on his way out. You know, he wasn't in his prime." And then, well, you need to fight this person next, and it's just going to be the same story over and over again. So, like I said, I'm just enjoying my own journey. I'm just having fun.
How long do you think it's going to be before you get those doubters on side? You know, how many more wins do you need to get, and who do you need to beat before those doubters start to tip the hat in your direction?
You know what? I think it's more a case of if my style of fighting can be infuriating to watch. You can either really love it, or you could be like, "I hate this guy." Now, if you just dislike me as a fighter, you might just want me to lose every single time. So it has nothing to do with, I could be champion for the next 5 years, and it's nothing to, you're still like, nah, this person's gonna beat him, and that, because you just want it to happen. So those kind of people you'll never change and bring on side anyway. So for me, like I said, I just keep creating the chaos, because it just means a lot of people are talking about you.
And what's more important to you, beating Paul Daley or advancing in the tournament and moving one step towards the finale?
Both, because beating Paul Daley allows me to advance. So it's both. Like I don't care. I would have loved to have had this fight away from the tournament, and the only reason I say that is because then we would have had it over here, and that's my only regret about it happening in the tournament. The tournament's just something else. It's just something to promote out there. Something that is great that Bellator is even able to organize and put on. So I'm happy. I'm happy about that. But for me, the first things first, beat Paul Daley, then advance, and then focus on Douglas Lima, who's next.
The last one, I know you've been going through some difficult times away from the cage. Sometimes being able to launch yourself into a fight camp can be a bit of a release. So how tough has it been over the last few months, and how different will it be for you going into fight night with everything that you've had to deal with away from the sport?
Yeah, it's horrible. I've never been put in this situation before. I actually don't even know if taking the fight is the right decision or is the wrong decision. I just feel like I need to have this fight. I feel like he would want me to have this fight. He was equally as excited about, seeing the fight. And it's hard to know whether I'm doing the right thing or the wrong thing. Physically, in the gym, I felt amazing. Mentally, I don't know where I have been. It's only of recent I feel a little bit more like myself, and being able to enjoy life a little bit more again. So yeah, I've just never been put in this situation before. It's been very difficult. So I'll let you know after the fight. Ask me again.